Peace Declaration. Mayor of Hiroshima, Kazumi Matsui. 81 years have passed since the atomic bombing. On this earth where we live, military aggression using nuclear weapons as tools of threat and the outrageous behavior of great powers that disregard international law are being repeated. Furthermore, at this year's NPT, Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons Review Conference, the final document was not adopted, following the same outcome as the previous two conferences. The cause lies in the words and actions of leaders who shift responsibility to other countries to justify their own actions. Such behavior by leaders is equivalent to ignoring the obligations set forth by the NPT and fundamentally shakes the peace and stability of the world. If this continues, the cycle of distrust will spread globally, and we will return to the era of World War II, where desires were laid bare. Disregarding the inhumanity of nuclear weapons and allowing the use of force for the sake of one's own country's prosperity risks permitting a cycle of violent retaliation, and could lead to the creation of a third Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Everyone, please listen once again to the experiences of the Hibakusha, atomic bomb survivors, who survived that catastrophe. A woman who was 16 at the time reflects on her kind older sister. Her sister's face, where the skin had collapsed and disappeared like a skeleton, leaving her teeth exposed from a mouth without lips, was like a nightmare and hard to believe. Another woman, who was exposed to the bombing at the age of 3 and was subsequently struck by one illness after another before being diagnosed with atomic bomb disease, leukemia, at 55, says she lived every day with the fear of what illness might come next. Another man, who was 9 at the time, witnessed the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, where many ordinary citizens are being sacrificed. He appeals for people to overcome the spirit of conflict within themselves and have the heart to accept the thoughts of others to create a world where conflict does not occur, urging the younger generation, in particular, to think about this starting with things close to them. Civil society, inspired by these voices and the activities of the Hibakusha to pass on their memories, has expanded the circle of action for the abolition of nuclear weapons and peace across borders and generations. However, many leaders continue to rely on nuclear deterrence as a realistic response, and an international society that affirms violence has emerged, making a world without nuclear weapons seem only more distant. As we live in an era where the use of nuclear weapons could be tolerated as memories of war fade, we must once again relearn the lessons of the past when the United Nations was founded with a determination to abolish nuclear weapons. Each and every one of us must reject all forms of violence and take action to create an international society where the ideal of nuclear weapons abolition does not remain just an ideal.